Everyone, and welcome to our show today. As you know, my name is Darren, and I'm the president of the Order of Magi, the oldest magic club in the country based in Manchester. This evening, we as members have decided to raise funds for the Manchester Children's Hospital. I myself, some 51 years ago, was a patient and continued to be an outpatient until the age of 16. And so it gives me great pleasure to actually give back something towards the charity. My friends and I hope you have a pleasant evening and enjoy the rest of the show. Time for some more magic. Okay, I think it's time I had someone to help me very, very shortly. But first, before we do that, I have over here one of these. This is a little Rubik's Cube. I don't know if you can see that. There you go, a little Rubik's Cube. Now, I've actually could never do the Rubik's Cube. In fact, I actually have a box of Rubik's Cubes because I could never do the Rubik's Cubes. I've just got a full box of them over here. So what I thought I would do is try and do a shape, make a picture out of the Rubik's Cubes. So I'm going to choose someone to, in a minute, choose a picture to make out of the Rubik's Cubes. Just put the lid on there. In fact, I've got here a book of emojis. I'm going to get someone to choose one of these emojis, and we're going to choose one of these to make. So let's have a look. Who have we got? Let's have a look a bit further over. Valerie, hello. Can you just unmute yourself for a second?
Hi.
Hi, Valerie. How are you? Who's with you? Who's that? Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to choose one of these, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick through and you say stop anytime you like, and whichever picture it is, that's the one we're going to try and make out of a Rubik's Cubes. Are you ready? Just say stop as I go through.
Stop.
Just say. Brilliant.
Stop.
Let's have a look at which one you've chosen. You've chosen the love heart emoji. Do you send a lot of them? Do you send a lot of your love heart emojis?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay, well, I'm sure you'll be able to send some to your mum. We're going to see if we can make the love heart emoji picture with the Rubik's Cubes. I do need a magic wand. We've got a magic wand here. I'm going to use this magic wand, and hopefully we get the love heart emoji on there like that. I'm going to wave this magic wand over the top and give it a little tap like this. Hopefully, we've now got all them Rubik's Cubes have magically changed into the picture what you chose, like that. Brilliant. I think it's time for some more magic. I'm just going to move this table out of the way because we don't need that. Let's have a look, put that there. Let's have a look. We're going to try, this one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's nearly coming to the end of my little spot. So I'd like to show you this one. I'll just get the table back. Hope you've enjoyed the show so far. It goes something like this. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed my little piece of magic for you tonight. It gives me great pleasure to introduce a great friend of mine for the next act. Girls, please do not scream. I know you're tempted to do, but will you please welcome Magic Mike.
Well, good evening. As Darren said, yes, I am Magic Mike, but I'm not that one. And just to clarify something, you might actually be wondering what a grown man is actually doing with a toy brain fastened on the end of a fishing rod while you're all watching. Well, just cast your mind back to what we said we was going to be doing. And cheers, I'm glad you got it, Graham. We're going to be doing a little bit of comedy magic for you. And I've got to actually say something. There's something really weird happened on the way here tonight, and which is really disconcerting because I've only gone from my front room to this bedroom. Sorry, my studio. But this guy said to me, he said, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Oldham." And he went, he said, "I'm going to make you feel at home." I said, "How are you going to do that?" He said, "I'm going to rob you." I said, "Whoa, what do you mean? You're going to rob me?" He said, "Well," he said, "I'm going to rob you." And I said, "Well, I don't know what's going to happen." And he said, "But anyway, this is what went down. And when the police come around, I'm going to be able to give them an absolutely perfect description because Greater Manchester has probably got one of the best police forces in the country. And if anybody, when they come round, in fairness, that's what the guy looked like. Seriously, that's so if you see somebody like that, that's the guy who got me. And so I'll tell you, I'll show you what actually happened. He said, "Okay," he said, I said, "I'm going to rob you." I said, "Right, okay." I said, "Well, I thought it's either that or something severe is going to happen to me." I said, "So," he said, "Have you got any money?" I said, "Well, I've got my wallet." He said, "Well," he said, "to be honest," he said, "I don't want the wallet. All I want is your money." I said, "Right, okay. What are you going to do with that?" He said, "I'll take that from you." I said, "Right, okay." He said, "Well, hang on a minute." He said, "I've just seen that watch." I said, "Yeah." I said, "That watch is really special." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'll have that as well." I went, "No, hang on." I said, "That watch," I said, "I actually bought off eBay." Seriously, I mean, obviously everybody knows about eBay, but you can actually get anything you like off eBay. And this watch, it might only have cost me 50 quid, but it's really special. It's only right twice a day, though. Once at 20 past 10 in the morning and once at 20 past 10 at night. And I know just how special this watch actually is. Because, like I say, on eBay, you can get all the original stuff. And I actually bought an original Picasso for £100. and I know it's original because it's the only one he's ever done on black velvet. So it's going to be absolutely perfect. I'm going to make a mint at some stage on that. And the guy said, right, okay. He said, come on. He said, I'll have the watch as well. I said, right, okay. So he put the watch in there. He said, whoa, hang on a minute. He said, I've just spotted that ring. I said, yeah. I said, but that ring's, I was given that by my granddad. He went, yeah. He said, well, I'm going to take that. I said, oh, mate, come on. He said, no. He said, I'm not your mate. He said, I am going to take the ring. So I said, right, okay, go on. So he actually took that. And the thing was, he didn't actually realise that I was a magician, because when he got home, he'd actually got nothing whatsoever. And I'd got the ring, I'd got my watch, and I'd actually got the money. So all that proves is, ladies and gentlemen, never rob a magician. So we're going to just try something now, and let's have a see who's best to actually try this one with. Let's have a see. Let's just try. We'll try Graham. Graham, can you just unmute your microphone a minute, please? Right, so we can hear you. Right, can you hear me, Graham? Little microphone button that's on the bottom. Oh, here we go.
Excuse me.
Right, can you hear me, Graham? Yes, we can hear you. Right, Graham, we're going to try a little bit of comedy and mentalism mind reading. This is, I'll explain basically what it is. I mean, Stuart's going to be doing a lot of the mind reading later on, but my actual side of things is comedy mind reading. I'll explain what that is. If it makes you laugh, it's comedy. If you don't understand it, it's mind reading. If it makes you laugh and you don't understand it, it's comedy mind reading. I've done my job and everything's cool and there's no problem whatsoever. So, Graham, I've actually got a word written on the back of this card. Do you know what that word is?
No.
No. Great. It's pretty good. That's fantastic, pal. Okay. I've actually, on this one, I've drawn an animal. Now, Graham, I've got to try and sort of get on your same wavelength here. I can't change this in any way, shape or form, but I've actually drawn an animal. I want you to think of any animal, and let's see if I can get on the same wavelength and sort of transmit my thought through to you of what I've actually drawn on here. Have you got an animal in mind?
Sheep.
Sheep. That really doesn't surprise me, to be honest. Graham and I go back a long, long way. A sheep.
She sends her regards.
You weren't actually, you weren't at rehearsals, were you? A sheep. Right, I'm no Picasso, but then again, neither was Van Gogh. But that's my drawing of a sheep. Graham, I think we're on a pretty good wavelength here. Now, Graham, what I want you to do is just imagine that you're actually now in Morrison's or Sainsbury's, or I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Waitrose, and you're in there and you're going to pick one item of shopping that's in your trolley. It don't even matter if it's in the reduced bin or anything like that. But just think of that one item. Have you got the item in mind?
Yep.
Okay. For the first time, and we haven't planned this, what item are you actually thinking of?
Tin of baked beans.
A tin of baked beans? That the best you could come up with? Graham, you're not actually going to believe this, but believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen who's watching, that is actually the barcode for a tin of baked beans. But seeing as though, well, I'll tell you what, we'll actually use a few people on this one. A few people that are actually on, and they actually know about various types of sponsorship and things like that. But this next item has actually been sponsored by Pepsi. So we'll come to that in just a minute. But this has actually been up here all the time. So what we've actually got here is a series of numbers. And I'd like to, if anybody can verify that those 4 sets of 3 numbers do add up to 1986. Has anybody seen that and they've been able to check it whilst I've been on? or whilst it's been up there? Somebody's actually somebody got the
254
calculator out.
927 463 342.
1156.
No. Right, 254.
Oh, put the lights on.
Right, I'll read the numbers out to you then, Graham, and you can check them that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Right, so 254 plus 927
Yeah.
plus 463 plus 342.
1986. Yeah.
1986. That's what we've got there. So that's brilliant on that.
Yeah.
Now, what I'd like anybody to do is just call out any number from that top row. Number 5, Paul. Paul's got number 5, so we'll cross number 5 out and we'll put number 5 there. Okay. So if somebody else can just from the second row call out 9, 2, or 7.
7.
7. Okay. So from this row, number 4, 6, or 3.
4.
4. And then from the bottom row, either 3, 4, or 2.
2.
2. Thank you, Paul. Okay. So we're going to repeat the process. So from the top row, either number 2 or number 4.
2.
2. So from the second row, either 9 or 2.
9.
9. Okay. From this one, 6 or 3.
6.
And from the final row, either 3 or 4.
4.
4. Okay, so that leaves us, by process of elimination, we've actually got the number 4, the number 2, number 3, and number 3. So, if somebody's got a calculator, could they add together 5742 with 2964 with 4233?
12939.
12939.
9.
So that's the total that you've actually got that to. Now, I said that this show, or this part of the show, was actually sponsored by Pepsi. So you had a completely free choice of what numbers you chose there to make that random number. But I did say that it was actually sponsored by Pepsi. And it does, in actual fact, give us 12939. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, thank you. Right. Okay. On with the next part of the show. Oh dear. Right. Here we go. We've got this new takeaway near us, and in fairness, it's called the Lucky Wand. In all fairness, it should be called really more like the Lucky Dip, because you really don't know what you're going to get. And they're trying to be very eco-friendly, and they're actually sending out the takeaways in boxes like this. And this is what the situation is. You never know what you're going to get. And when they actually send that through, they send it with with like a menu card. But what you've got to do with the menu card, you've actually got to choose something to actually go with. So I'll tell you what, if you'll help me choose what I'm going to have for my supper tonight, let's see what we can actually get sorted out. So if you'll, all of you together, if you start on any green square, but don't tell me. So start on a green square.
You need to hold it up a bit more.
Okay.
That's better.
Right, so start on any green square.
Right.
Now I want you to move up or down to the nearest white square.
Right.
Now, I'd like to move diagonal to the nearest green square.
Yep.
Yep.
And from there, I'd like you to move either left or right to the nearest white square.
Yep.
Yep.
So in theory, you should actually have ended up, as I've just said, on a white square. Now, when I say it's the lucky dip takeaway, it really is, because I don't know about you, but I actually quite fancy a meal of Peking duck tonight. But I tell you what, let's just see what they've sent, because I did actually order the meal before that, and let's just have a look what we've. Rob, what are you doing in there? this, it's obviously it's not
Still
Peking
alive.
duck, but, what? The Peking duck was very nice. Yeah, I'm sure it was, mate. I'd ordered that. Right, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Rocky. It's not a good thing, this, but that's what happens when you eat your tea. And I'll tell you what, you go back in there, and ladies and gentlemen, that's Rocky. He's gone. And right, we'll take something else and we'll see what we can do. Right, we did say a little bit of interaction. Now then, has anybody got the toilet roll with them? Did you see it going across the screen saying that you needed the toilet roll? Oh, right. Has
He
anybody
shot
got
off
the
for a
toilet
bog
roll?
roll.
James, have you got a toilet roll? One.
I might be able to grab one. Just give me a sec. I'm in a hotel at the moment, so let me check.
Okay.
Go on.
1 second.
Brilliant. So we've got one person that can take part with me on this. So if anybody else has got, fantastic. We'll just wait for. James has got one. Brilliant. Right.
Got
Okay.
one.
So we've got a couple of people who
That's
have actually got.
coronavirus roll.
Fantastic. Well, about this time last year, toilet rolls were in very, very big demand. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to show you how to actually make the most of your toilet rolls. So just bear with me 1 second, because what we're going to try here is something that, with a little bit of luck, so those of you that have got the toilet rolls, I'd like you to take a couple of pieces of toilet roll. Okay, have you got a couple of pieces of toilet roll? Fantastic. And what I'd like you to do is take the toilet roll and tear it as much as you can down the centre. Graham's going to be extremely used to this, making this last as long as possible, but that's a different story. Excuse me. Okay, now tear it in the middle. Oh, and Valerie and Valentina are joining in as well. So if we can put them together and tear another piece, tear it down the middle again.
How do we do Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
This is how you're actually going to make the most of it. The next time that there's any shortage of toilet roll, this is what's going to happen. This will be brilliant, because you will need it. And then tear it one more time. Put them together and tear it again. Okay. I'll tell you what, let's go for another time. Valerie and Valentina are doing this brilliantly. Now what you need to do is you take the toilet roll and put it into your mouth.
Not mouth.
In your mouth.
What? In your mouth. You can.
I'll tell you what. I know how that Andrex puppy feels now. Oh, dear me. Right. Okay. I'm going to go with one more thing. Now, has anybody bought anything off Amazon and it's not actually been what you wanted?
No.
Would you?
No.
You've all got exactly what you wanted from Amazon.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of bad experiences. One of the main problems I've actually had is buying magic, because it's all well and good Amazon turning around and saying, yeah, we can sort all these things out, but I've actually bought the very latest magic trick. It's arrived today, so I've not had a chance to practice it. So let's give it a go, because I've got all the music on my phone, but I haven't got anything else. So just bear with me.
Hello, magician, and thank you for placing this order with the Atlas Magic Company.
Brill.
We hope you enjoy your mail order magic trick lesson. This lesson is called The Mystery of the Vanishing Bandana. For this trick, you will need to get two props. One is a square of darkly colored fabric, and the other is a yellow bandana.
Amazon.
First,
Bandana.
pick up the bandana. Now fold the bandana in half.
What?
That's right, fold it in half. Now fold it one more time.
You having a laugh?
Take the folded bandana and hide it in your left hand with the palm facing down. Remember to keep your hand in a natural position. You have just learned palming.
Wonderful. Thanks.
That's what this move is called.
Marvelous.
Now we are ready to begin. Open up the folded bandana
Hey?
and show the audience it's just a regular bandana by waving it up and down. If someone in the audience does not believe it is a real bandana, allow them to wipe their face on it.
Well, that's not going to happen, is it?
Now place the bandana temporarily on the table and pick up the dark square fabric and gather the four corners together, making what looks like a little bag.
I've done that.
Using your left hand, now pick up the bandana from the table and fold it along the creases you made earlier.
What?
Now drop the bandana into the folds of the makeshift bag. From the outside of the makeshift bag, squeeze the bandana into a small little ball.
Hey?
Go ahead, squeeze it up. What the audience did not see is that you never really put the bandana in the fabric at all.
I did.
You really kept it hidden in your left hand.
I didn't.
Remember palming?
I remember it. You didn't tell me to do it.
Again, remember to keep your left hand held naturally. Now make a magical gesture.
I can think of a few, but there's children
And
present.
for your grand finale, open the fabric, showing the bandana has vanished, and receive your well-deserved applause. Remember, we magicians never tell how our tricks are done.
Tell you what, one of these days I'm going to swing for Amazon. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's for the time being, that's me done. And so, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to a gentleman who, in fairness, is our, well, it's a bit of a card shark, really. Card shark is what's best described as, by the end of this, you're either going to want to take Nathan with you to a casino, or you are never going to play poker with this guy in any way, shape, or form. So please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody that's watching, please give a big welcome to Nathan Kane.
Hi everyone, I'm Nate, and I don't have the bells and whistles that everybody else does. Like the big scenes behind me, all I've got is a pack of cards and a table. This is my first ever Magic performance. I took up Magic when I was about 10, maybe 11. Lost interest when I was younger because I couldn't buy all the Magic that I wanted to. And then during lockdown, I was really bored on furlough. So I got a pack of cards and I'm going to show you a few things today. I hope you enjoy it, and you're going to have this view most of the time. So, sorry. Now, I do need somebody to help me out with this first one because it is a bit of an observation test. So if anyone can wave, we can get them up onto the screen. Does nobody want to do it? Anybody? Anyone waving? Yeah, okay, Paul. Let's get Paul on. Hey, Paul. Are you unmuted?
How's that?
Brilliant. I can hear you now. So, this is a test of observation. I always wanted cards when I was younger, and I always wanted the bicycle brand. Couldn't afford it when I was younger, but now I can. I buy them in all colours. This one's orange. But I want you to see first and foremost that each of them, they are different. They all have different backs, they all have different fronts. And I want you to, I'm going to go through the cards, and I want you to tell me in a minute, wherever you want. You could stop on a 4, for example. You could stop on a 10. You could even stop on a 3. But just tell me stop whenever you want.
Stop.
On the 4 of diamonds, or would you like the 8?
No, that's fine. 4 is fine.
Now, because you've made a decision, this deck is now yours. So it has to change personality a little bit. So it's done that, because as soon as you choose, it turns into a red deck of cards, not an orange deck of cards. And that's not right. All of them turn into red cards, apart from one. See that? That should be. What was your card again? Do you remember?
4 of diamonds.
4 of diamonds. So that's the last one now. That's all of the cards.
Very good.
Gone red. Apart from your one. What was it?
4 of diamonds.
What colour was it?
Orange. Red.
No, that's the whole deck. Change from orange to red because of you. I really want to thank you for your help for that, Paul, because I couldn't have changed it without you. Now, I got into Magic because someone did this very trick to me, and I'm going to do it to you guys because I do think you guys will enjoy it, and it means that I get to show off a little bit of sort of knacky skills. And what happens is with the 4 aces. Now in 1950, I know that sounds a long time ago, there was a gentleman called Di Vernon. And Di Vernon was he was a magician with cards, and he invented lots of things. And he had a problem. He wanted to get each of the aces to flip over in the pack, but without taking them out and without flipping them like this. So what he'd do is he would give the pack a twist. And as he gave it a twist, out would come the ace of hearts. Now the next part, he needed to get the ace of hearts to turn down, and another card, the ace of clubs, to turn up. So tap on the back, and give it one more twist. And that brought out the ace of clubs. Now, there's nothing on the back. They've all been printed normally, and I'll even let you watch me turn it down. Now, if we've been paying attention closely, it's been red, black, so the next one should be the ace of diamonds. Now, that's the ace of, with the ace of diamonds, I can take it out, and I'll even let you see me turn them all over, and I'll show you the back of all the cards. Now, if you've been paying attention, the ace of spades is the card that hasn't yet shown itself. All I need to do is that with the pack, and out comes the ace of spades. So that's a trick called Twisting the Aces by Di Vernon. Now, I've shown you cards change backs. I've shown you them flip over. Now, hopefully, if my skills can rise to the challenge, I will show you how cards can actually penetrate through solid cardboard. I mean, it's a big thing for something to go through cardboard. It's not, but it's going to see if you can catch me out on this. I'm going to take the aces and the jacks. Take the aces, pop them here, and we're going to put the jacks in the box. Now, if you want to remember that, you can remember it by jack in the box. Okay. Now, usually I'd be able to get your attention up my eyes. I'd be able to make jokes, but I'm not set up for that. So you guys can burn my hands and the magic. So take each of the aces, and the goal is to get an ace to change into one of the jacks. Now, I do that very slowly. That's the first jack. The next one, we're going to take the two black jacks, and I will sandwich it in between the red ace in between. Take the ace of clubs, give it a rub, it's changed. Now that's two of the jacks that have moved places with the aces. We have the big bullet next, or the ace of spades. Give that a rub. We need a little bit more time, just like with twisting the aces. It needs to be done twice as strong. So we give those a click, and they both change into the jacks. So here's the hard part. I've got the jacks out and the aces are in. Hard part is making sure that I turn back time. I can find a way to get them to switch places again. So like twisting the aces, turn back time, and all of the aces come back. Now that means the jacks are where? That's right, the jacks should be in the card box. No other cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there only ever were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. So that one, I've shown you cards that have been able to change. I've shown you cards that have flipped over. I've shown you cards that do certain other things. Thank you. But I did stuff for jacks, so I feel that the queens should get a mention. They always should do. And the queens have their own little house. They live in this house because they've been ostracized. I'm going to take 4 queens off here. So we have the queen of diamonds, queen of clubs, queen of hearts, and the queen of spades. Now, because this box has the queen of hearts and she's the leader, she can tell us what she wants, and she wants to be independent. So what do? We give her a rub on the back, and she changes into a blue one, like this. But as soon as the other queens find out about this, the queen of clubs wants to go. So the queen of hearts has to change her colour back, only so the Queen of Clubs can turn into her own colour. And now, obviously, word gets out that everybody's changing, and Queen of Diamonds is like, hey, I want to do that too. So everyone else has to change back, and it's all a bit of a faff. So, but they do it anyway because they all love each other. And she's like, so I won't change too much. I'll just lighten up a tiny bit. And she changes her back too. Now, obviously, everyone else has changed their back now. And the Queen of Spades is like, I'm still red. I don't want to be red anymore. Oh, no, I do want to be red. But I want everybody else to change. So I don't have to do anything. So everybody changes to an orange back. Apart from the Queen of Spades. So they all get together and they talk about what happened. And they go, well, I changed, you changed, we all changed. But what they forgot to mention to each other was that if they'd have thought about it, they would have all known that they had the different backs to begin with. So now you can see my face. It's so gorgeous, isn't it? And for this next one, it's going to be my last. So I would like a participant, somebody who has all of the coins. All of the coins as in to give to me. I need a 1p, a 2p, a 5p, a 10p, and a 20 pence. So somebody who has that and who wants to come and say hello. Anyone waving? Anyone want to come? Yeah, okay. Graham, let's see. Fab. Excellent. You want to unmute yourself?
2p.
She's not got a 2p.
I forgot.
I've got a 2p. That's fine. If you've not got a 2p, I do. So all that I want you to do is take the coins in your hand.
Oh, what we do? We found one.
Even better.
2p.
So you're going to shuffle the coins. You ever shuffled coins before?
No.
You put them in your palm, hand over, give them a shuffle.
The 20p is it?
Going up and down. And then I want you to spill them out onto the table. I'll show you how I do it. Like that. And put them in a line, any way that you want to. And then I'd like you to tell me the order of your line.
2p, a 1p, a 10p, a 5p, a 20p.
I think I got all that. That's fast. So I got a 2p, a 1p, a 10p, and a 5p.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a 20p.
And a 20p. So they all are. So we've got the 2p, the 1p, 10p, the 5p, and the 20 pence.
Yes.
See this little man here? I'm sure you guys know him.
Yeah.
Or her. I don't know. Call it Alex. Sits there, and there's a prediction in here. Each time, I'm going to deal down the cards from the deck to the coins that you have placed. And each time, I'm going to give you a chance to change your mind on the remaining coins. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
deal down 2, 1. Would you like to change the order of any of these cards?
No.
No? Sorry. 1. Would you like to change the order of any of these coins?
Yes.
Yes. Which ones would you like to change?
Swap the 10p with the 20p.
This one can be a little bit boring because there's lots. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Would you like to change these two?
No.
No, I'd like to keep them. So 5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. And then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you could have chose anything at any time. You could have switched whenever you'd like. And this prediction's been here the whole time. The prediction's obviously got to mean something. and each of the coins landed on a different card in the deck.
Mhm.
Prediction's been here entire time. What you should see, that's the 5, that's the 9, that's the 3, that's the 10, and that's the Jack of Spades. Exactly how you wanted it.
Oh,
So, I'd like to thank you very much for watching my first ever performance of Magic. I hope that it's entertained you, and any feedback is always welcome. Next, we have someone who will blow your mind, and I think that he's going to, yeah, he's gonna rock your world essentially. And I've never introduced someone before, so I want to make sure that I'm doing him justice. But here we go. It's Horizon, the Mentalist.
Thanks very much. Good evening. Look at that, so many friendly faces, couple of photographs. Now I know what a professional footballer feels like. How are we? I am a mentalist. However, before we start the mentalism, I've got to tell you about a little story that I've just heard. Miss Agatha Worm the other day gave birth to a lovely baby boy, and she called him Willie. That's the point where you'll go, ah. You can wave your hands in the air, that's great. Yep, fantastic. And Willie only had 2 problems in life. One, he had a receding chin. It's the wrong end, it's that end. And the other was that he loved adventures. One day, Willie the Worm was going to school like that. Hey, you know, show for all the family, that's. And he crossed the road without looking. Ah. He was very caught up about it. So was Miss Agatha Worm. She rushed him to Dr. Woodworm, who's on the board, and she said, look at my poor Willie. 3 o'clock in the morning, some of you'll laugh at that one. One part looks like he's 3 months old, one part looks like he's 6 months old, and the other part looks like he's 9 months old. What will the neighbours say? I've only been married 12 months. Dr. Woodworm said, don't worry about it. What we're going to do is we're going to find the best magician in the world. Unfortunately, Derek Lever wasn't available, neither was David Blaine, so it was left to me. I rushed there to the surgery, and we took Willie, and we took Willie, and we took Willie. We made him touch his toes, and touch his toes like that. We said the magic words, and lo and behold, we ended up with 3 pieces of worm, all the same length. Miss Agatha Worm said, thank goodness for that. Now I can tell the neighbours I've had triplets. One part looks like he's 6 months old, one part looks like he's 6 months old, and the other part looks like he's 6 months old. Now, the problem is that the magic doesn't last very long. Yeah, because if you're not careful, what ends up happening is that we end up with one part that looks like he's 6 months old, then we end up with a very short part that looks like he's 3 months old, and then we end up with a very long part that's 12 months old. Thank you very much. That is not what I do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just killing time. I am a mentalist. It's a posh name for mind reader. Unless you're in America, then it's got a completely different connotation. And what that means is that I try and read your mind, or I try and influence you in some way. I'm like the Derren Brown from Wish. Tonight, we're going to be playing for money. See if I can read your mind or not. £20, don't get too excited. It's only stage money, funnily enough, from Wish. And we've got 2 cards. We have a card that says, you can see that. Just wait for the camera to. We've got a card that says no. It's not something I often say. And a card that says yes. There we go. I need the help of somebody. I need the help of somebody that I've never met before, that I don't know. You can scroll through the screen left to right. Stephen, you're sat there. Can you join us, unmute yourself and join us on the screen? Hey, there we go. The magic of technology. Now, Stephen, £20 is at stake. Pay attention because later on we're going to be playing for a life-changing, potentially life-changing prize. Okay. Not now, at the moment, we're on £20, and like I say, don't get excited. It is genuinely stage money. I'm an entertainer. I've not worked for 13 months. It's the best I could do. I picked it up in a pub in Rochdale, but we're going to play a game. I like these cards. What I do with these cards, if you ever read the book Dice Man?
No.
No. Okay. It's about a chap who spends his life rolling dice to make decisions in life. Okay. So he'll go to a bar and there'll be 6 beers on the bar. You know the feeling. He rolls the dice and lo and behold, you know, if it's number 6, he chooses the 6th beer along the bar. Okay.
Okay.
Tonight we're going to do something very similar. This is what I use. I only use 2 cards. Okay, 50-50 chance. Now, bearing in mind, I'm going to read your mind.
Okay.
Right. This is a 2-way interaction. If anything goes wrong this evening, you are 50% responsible. Do you realize this? Okay, it's not my fault. Okay.
Okay.
The psychic cards of destiny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix them up so you can't see them. Okay, I'm going to place them down there on the table, and yeah, okay, we'll go with that one. So all you've got to do is guess what I've predicted you're going to say. Bearing in mind that if you get it wrong, it's your fault, not mine. So to start off with, for £20 in cash, do you want to play this game for £20? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Stephen, you've disappointed me. The answer was actually no, which means that the £20 is mine. Okay, so we're not playing with £20 anymore. What we'll do is we'll take the 2 cards and we'll give them a mix up. I'm going to let you see which one I'm choosing. Okay. Stephen, do you have a rabbit? Yes or no?
No.
No, you don't have a rabbit. You see, I guess that you'd say yes. So unfortunately, you know, you got that wrong. I'm going to give you another chance though, okay? A little bit too specific. Okay, right. Do you have a pet? Yes or no?
No.
No, you don't have any pet at all.
No.
Got that right. Very good, Steve. Can you just, yep, there we go. Yep. Have you ever had a pet?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, what was the pet's name?
Sporty.
That's that guy gone then. Right. What do you do for a living, Stephen?
Medical.
Okay. Right. The pubs are opening on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to call in sick and go to the pub for the first time in 6 months? Tell the truth now. Are you going to call in sick and go to the pub for the first time in 6 months?
No.
You're not. See, the cards say yes, you are, and we all know that the cards are right. This isn't going very well. I'm trying to read your mind. I think you were lying there. Okay. Right. 2 more questions. You could still win the £20. I might give you a chance on this. Okay. Have you ever read the Harry Potter books?
No.
You haven't?
No.
See, you're just too embarrassed, aren't you, Stephen? We're not doing very well here. I mean, you've got 1 wrong, you've got 1 right, you've got 2 wrong. 1 last chance. 2 cards.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever been on holiday to Spain?
Yes.
You have. you've got that right. I'm impressed. You should get it right. You should know. However, the point being that you did have the chance to win £20. You didn't. In fact, there was more money in my wallet that you could have won. All stage money. It doesn't make, but stick around because there's potentially life-changing prize coming up. But I do have in my wallet a piece of paper. It's been there all the time. And the thing is that you got the first question wrong. You didn't want to play for, you did want to play for £20, but the card said no. You got the second question right. Then you got the third question wrong, then the fourth question wrong, then the fifth question right. The thing is that whilst you may not have been right, the cards were, because we ended up with wrong, right, wrong, wrong, and right. Now that was only a 1 in 2 chance. I'm going to make life a little bit harder for myself. Each stage we're going to ramp up the pressure. Thank you very much, Stephen. We're going to ramp up the pressure on me. I'm going to make life a lot harder for myself. Let's bring in a table. And if we can just drop the camera down slightly. That'll do. Some magicians have people to do it for them. I've got to do it myself, but never mind. If we can have somebody different to join us, I'll tell you what, if we can scroll through. My goddaughter's there, and Ashley, come and join me. Right, so it's 1 in 5 chance here now. Yeah, the odds are getting harder on me. Okay, and yeah, if you can join us on screen. Yep, brilliant. What we've got is got an envelope. I'm going to come to the envelope very shortly. I'm going to leave that there. Now, just to confirm, we haven't arranged anything, haven't set anything up.
No, we haven't.
No. Okay, fantastic. We've got some, they're called ESP cards, okay? We've got 3 wavy lines that looks like well, streaky bacon. We've got a cross, we've got a circle, we've got a star, and we've got a square. Now, if I was to ask you to choose any one of those with a free choice, you may be tempted by the bacon, or you might like the circle or the star. What I'd like you to do is go through your mind and have a look at each of these symbols one at a time, and just, you know, whichever one you, in fact, I'm going to mix them up a bit. I'm going to see if we can influence you. Yeah, we'll put that one there, and we'll bring the bacon in. There we go. Okay, so we've got the circle, we've got the star, we've got the square, we've got the bacon, we've got the cross. Okay, so that's a circle, a star, a square. We've got the bacon, we've got the cross. If you were to choose one right now, I'll tell you what, for £20 of stage money, if you were to go for the circle, the star, the square, the bacon, or the cross, I don't want to influence you in any way, shape, or yeah. Which one would you go for, Ashley?
The star.
Thank you. Would you like to change your mind, or are you happy with the mind that?
I'm happy.
You're happy. At least one of us is. Thank you, Ashley. You want the star? Okay, we'll move the star there. So you could have had the circle, you could have had the square, you could have had the bacon, you could have had the cross, you could have had the £20, but you didn't go for any of those. You went for the star. And well, the thing is, with the star, what we've got is we've got the envelope, and we've got in the envelope is one card only. And strangely enough, it is indeed the star. Ashley, thank you very much. Give her a round of applause. A 1 in 5 chance. It's getting harder and harder. Where do we stop? So where we're going to stop. And we get to the almost impossible, where we get to the point where we can't take it any further. we've all got these in our pockets, haven't we? I know it's a family show, so I'm not going to do the obvious gags, but sorry. Like I say, some people have text to do that for them. Apparently not me. Couple of impressions for you. We've got a chicken, a cockerel, slow leak. We've got a cow. We've got a jellyfish. We've got a shark. You'll all be doing that next week. Right. Let's take it one stage further. Let's find somebody to make my life harder. We've done 1 in 2. We've done 1 in 5. Let's ramp the odds up to 1 in 52. Earlier on today, I made a prediction. And I'm looking for, can we just scroll through to somebody who hasn't taken part this evening? Who's got their camera on? Who's still awake? Jill, would you like to join us? 3 in. No, you've just missed Jill. Look at that, YTS. Thank you, Jill. Would you like to join us and take part? No. Okay. We'll find somebody else then. We've got somebody that's. Oh, everybody's turning their cameras off. This is terrible. James, go on. Look at that. I have never shared a stage with somebody who's been in the final of BGT.
Well, you have now. It's official.
I have. We have, right, again, we haven't set anything up.
We have not.
1 in 52 chance. Hey, £20. Stage money. It could be yours. It could be yours. Okay. 1 in 52 chance. Earlier on today, I had a premonition. It wore off. Then I had another one. I took 1 card out of this pack of cards. I did something very strange with it. If I was to ask you to think of any playing card, yep, it's 52 to choose from, not the jokers. And do me a favour, don't go for the aces. Everybody goes for the aces. Okay. Have you got a card in mind?
I've got one.
You have. Okay. What card are you thinking of?
The 8 of diamonds.
The 8 of diamonds. Very interesting. Okay. Like I say, earlier on today, I had a premonition. I had this premonition, and as I say, it wore off, and I had another premonition. And we go through, I'm going to go through our fingertips. I want you just to watch very carefully as we go through, because there's 1 card and 1 card only.
No.
You can see. Can you see that quite clearly?
I can see that.
Fantastic. 1 card only. That is the wrong way round. What card do you think of, James?
The 8 of diamonds.
The 8 of diamonds. Oh. Thank you very much. That's only 1 in 52. Come on, it's got to get harder than that. It can't be that easy. You know, I have to make life easier. Technical support's just given up for the night, apparently. Yeah, if we can lose James, thank you. Sorry about that. Right, it's all right. I've got a cat at my feet, and I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. He's a moose or an elk, and he only arrived today in the post from Amazon, and we haven't given him a name. He's nameless. I am adopting him. It's very cute, isn't he? So what I'd like to do is I'd like to give him a name. So you can find. He also came with a birth certificate. I'll explain about the birth certificate very shortly. But I think we need to name him. So can we bring the 2 lovely young ladies on? That's perfect. If you'd like to join me and unmute yourselves.
Yeah.
Right, we are going to name the moose. There are certain rules. One, we're going to give them a name that I'm saying him, her, they. We're going to give them a name that is 4, maybe 5 letters long, no longer. Otherwise, we'll be here all night. And we're looking for letters in order that can be pronounced. So I don't know if you're from Wales, but if we can avoid sort of double L's, and that's why I didn't choose Paul Roberts, because he is from Wales and wouldn't be able to spell it. So what we need to do is come up with a name, okay? So if you were to choose the first letter for the moose, what would it be?
Jake.
Jake. Are we going for the full name in one go? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So we're going to call him Jake. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we're going to write his name on the birth certificate like that. There we go. That was a lot quicker than I was expecting. Not bad though. Why did you choose Jake? Do you know somebody called Jake, or superstar or celebrity?
A rabbit.
A rabbit. You've got a rabbit called Jake.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. What we do need to do is we need to, forgot to put the, do you know today's date? It's the 9th. Thank you. I'm getting heckled in my own studio. Okay, so it's the 9th of the 4th, 2020. There we go. Okay, so we have a date. We have a name. It's birth certificate, all neatly written out. Thank you. It's quite special, that, isn't it? We'll come back to that in a minute. We don't need the flags. They are part of the contract. But sorry, which are you? Are you Valerie or Valentina? Which one are you with stripes that chose Jake?
I'm Valerie.
You're Valerie, like the Amy Winehouse song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly missed that. However, I did say that he arrived today. Yeah. When he arrived, he had this lovely collar on. And on his collar, he had this lovely sort of pet tag. And he already had a name. Now, birth certificate. Yeah, you've named him Jake. Very strange thing is that when he arrived today, he was already called Jake. That's amazing. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you.
Wow.
Let's make it a little bit harder, because that was 26 letters jumbled up a couple of times. I'm going to make life a little bit harder, because at this point we are going for the point, ladies and gentlemen. The highlight of the evening, the potentially life-changing prize. Got your interest now, haven't I? There are actually 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 prizes that I could give away tonight. Somebody is going to win a prize. And they vary. I'm looking for somebody who has not taken part. Give us a wave if you want to take part. Anybody that hasn't taken part? Anybody that doesn't want to take part? Look at that, they're all turning their cameras off. That's not a good sign, is it? Let's bring Stephen back, seeing as Stephen missed out on the £20. So sorry about that, Stephen. But I can make it up to you this evening.
Okay.
Now, I'll let you into a secret. I've been running the website. I've been selling the tickets. I've got access to certain things, you know, through Eventbrite. So I may know your email address, etc. Don't worry, I'm not going to stalk you or anything like that. Don't panic. Don't look so worried. However, that would lead me to be able to go to Facebook and maybe find out when your birthday is or your favorite color, etc. Not much of a mentalist doing that. More of a con artist. However, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think of somebody close to you, somebody that I couldn't even imagine, somebody I couldn't guess, somebody whose birthday you know.
Okay.
Ideally, somebody that you know their star sign. That would help.
I don't know the star sign.
You
Yeah.
don't know their star sign. Okay, we can work on that. Depending on when their birthday is.
Okay.
Because I have here, do you believe in astrology?
I'm curious.
You're
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah.
Okay. Can tell a lot by somebody that believes in astrology. First of all, they're very gullible. They're easily led.
Okay.
When you were born, you were a lot younger. And as you get older, you're going to reach a certain age. Okay. So we've got all these months, and each month has different features. Okay. So which, I don't need to know the person's name, but can you tell me their the month that they were born?
September.
September. Okay. That would make them, I'm guessing, either a Virgo or a Libra.
Okay.
Okay. That would also mean that their birthstone is a sapphire. I don't know if you've heard, but people have birth flowers.
Yeah.
That'd be an aster, which I'm quite glad that you didn't choose somebody that was born in July, because I can't pronounce Delphini. Yeah, Delphini. Yeah, that one. And apparently, this person, really tiny writing there, but we'll get in there. This person is divine, discerning, and artistic.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
It would.
It would. Fantastic. Now, bearing in mind that we are playing a prize this evening.
Okay.
Okay. One of several, there's 5 prizes in here. One of them potentially life-changing. The others aren't too bad either. So we'll leave those there. You chose September. September is the January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 9th month. Yep. On the back, we've got what looks like a very strange board game. As we count through 9 months, so we've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
Okay.
Had you chosen somebody that was born in a different month, we'd have ended up on purple or blue, but you've ended up with green. That is your prize this evening, Stephen. Potentially life-changing or something else.
Okay.
Should we see what you might have won, first of all? We have the envelopes. First of all, the red envelope. You didn't win the red envelope, Stephen. However, you could have won a brand new moped. Hold on. Apparently there was a slight problem buying the prizes. It wasn't a moped, Stephen. It was actually a brand new moped. But you didn't win it anyhow. It doesn't matter. You're not doing very well at this today, are you? But you didn't win the red one. The yellow prize. Let's see what you could have won. Let's see. You could have won a brand new Wii. Do you have a Wii?
I do not. No.
No, you could have won that, Stephen. It's here waiting for you.
Okay.
Yep. Brand new Wii. It's about 5 minutes old. Don't worry, it's apple juice. Apparently it is an apple juice. Apparently I drank the apple juice last night. We've got 3 left.
Okay.
We'll go with the blue one next. Had you chosen the blue one, you would have won a car of your choice. Disappointing, Stephen.
A little bit.
Car of your choice. I have here the tool for finding the car of your choice. All you've got to do is go to the local car park and take the car of your choice. That gets a laugh in Manchester. You didn't win that. The purple envelope. Stephen, you could have won, maybe not as good, but better than the rest of them, but you could have won a bottle of bubbly.
Nice.
Do you like bubbly?
I do.
You do? Fantastic. Unfortunately, you didn't win the bottle of bubbly. It's washing up liquid. Never mind. It's all come down to this. We started off 1 in 2 chance. We moved to a 1 in 5 chance. We moved further on to a 1 in 52 chance, then 26 letters times 4. And now we've reached this. You could have chosen anybody in the world, Stephen, anybody's birthday. You chose that person who was born in September, and it's all down to them. Because in here, Stephen, we have your prize this evening. Just out of interest, Stephen, where are you right now?
I'm in Germany.
You're in Germany. That's going to make the next bit very interesting. Don't worry about it. We'll sort it. Stephen, bearing in mind that this is, potentially life-changing, it is indeed the life-changing prize that you have won this evening. It is a potentially life-changing cash prize. Are you impressed, Stephen?
I could be.
You could be. Yeah. Stephen, what you have actually won is a lottery ticket for tomorrow night. Okay. You could be a millionaire, however. Just bear in mind that this is a charity gig.
Yeah.
There are lots and lots of very sick children in Manchester.
Yep.
There's also a performer who hasn't worked in 13 months. Yeah. However, I will send you this lottery ticket if you send me your address.
Okay.
Just think of the sick kids and this performer that hasn't worked in 13 months when you receive this. And yeah. Okay. Oh, and by the way, you can't cash it because you're in Germany.
Yeah.
You've got to be in the UK to cash it. But I will send it. Drop your address. PM me your address. I'll send it to you. Your numbers tomorrow. Bearing in mind everything else that's been correct this evening.
Okay.
Numbers 8, 24, 37, 45, 56, and 57 could well be the jackpot.
Okay.
You're excited, aren't you, Stephen?
Yes.
You are. And don't get too excited. I didn't buy the lottery ticket. If I bought it, never see a psychic winning the lottery, do you? Stephen, you've missed out on £20. You've missed out on all sorts of moped, a brand new wheel and everything else. However, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. If we could please bring up Mike, Darren. Mike. Yeah. I seem to have I've had one too many to drink, haven't I? Thank you very much, Mike. Darren, would you like to join us? Yes, Darren's there. And Nate, if you'd like to. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure to entertain you all this evening. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. We'd love to have seen more of you here. However, I'm going to leave the final words to Mike and Darren. Thank you very much. Good night.
Right. Yeah, good night. Good night, thank you.
Okay, well, I'll go first. So thank you very much for everyone for joining in, and hope you all was entertained. And hopefully we'll raise a bit more money for the children hospital.
Thank you.
Thank you very much and good night. Mike, you're still muted.
There we go. Right. As Stuart said, as Darren said, thank you very much indeed for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we mean that massively. And yes, we've raised the money for Royal Manchester Children's Hospital charity, which has been the key thing. We've also celebrated 112 years of magic in Manchester. So everybody, thank you very much indeed. It means an absolute massive amount. Thank you and good night. Enjoy your night and stay safe, everyone.
Good night.